Are you tired of constantly chasing the unattainable goal of perfection? Well, if that's yes for you, let me share some ideas that will help you break free from the clutches of perfectionism and embrace a healthier perspective. Because perfectionism often hinders us and stifles creativity, while aiming for excellence empowers us to embrace our unique abilities and strive for continual improvement. Hello, this is Leslie Fiorenzo, and today I want to provide you some insights and tips on how to overcome perfectionistic tendencies, learn how to set realistic goals, manage expectations, and develop a growth mindset. I'll give you some actionable tips that will empower you to take control of your journey towards excellence. Remember, perfectionism is an illusion that can hold us back from reaching our true potential. When we shift our focus to excellence, we can foster a more positive and fulfilling life. And when we focus on excellence, we can avoid the traps that perfectionism offers, such as fear of failure, procrastination, and the tendency to overlook our accomplishments and the accomplishments of the people that report to us. When we embrace excellence, we can cultivate a growth mindset, celebrate progress, and foster continuous improvement. And you may recall in a previous video, I spoke about the growth mindset and referenced researcher Carol Dweck. In her TED Talk called The Power of Believing, Carol talks about the fact that our brain has the capacity to grow and learn and solve problems, and she uses a powerful phraseology that I want to share with you. And it's simply the idea of using the word yet. When we think about the difference between being perfect and reaching for excellence, using yet can be a powerful tool. And part of your role as a team leader or a supervisor is helping your team continue to reach their goals and then go above and beyond to the next level, that next goal. So let's say your team is working on a process improvement plan of some kind. Depends on what you're doing and your measurements, but you get the idea. Your measurements indicate there's still a gap between where you are now and where you want to go. So when you review the data with your team and you look at that gap and it's not closed yet, and that's what Carol and her team of researchers say is an important idea to uncover and really share with your people. This idea of yet can move students, for example, from lowest ranking to highest performing. It can move teams and departments from, again, lowest performing to highest performing when we think about we're not there yet. Yet implies we are going to get there, and that's the whole idea. When we think about embracing excellence, we want to set realistic goals, and that helps us do that, manage our expectation, and most of all, practice compassion for your team and yourself. So I'm going to save specifically goal setting and expectations for a future conversation. And in our remaining time together, I want to focus on compassion and how to view failure as an opportunity to learn. So when we think about having compassion for our team, I heard somebody say once that employees bring more than their lunch to work. And that kind of gave me a chuckle, but really, the truth is, we all have challenges. Everybody shows up with their challenges and their trouble. Now, of course, They're bringing their skills and their abilities. That's what you hired them for. But sometimes those challenges, those things that exist outside of their skills and abilities, their personal problems, let's say, can impact the work that somebody's doing on the job. So when mistakes happen, it can be helpful to remember people show up well intended. They want to do their best work. So in your conversation to discuss the error, be specific about performance expectations, moving forward, and offer help to the employee. Maybe they need a skill improvement, or maybe they need to change their on-the-job behavior, and you can work with them on those things. But if you suspect it might be something outside the job, and even if you don't, if your employer has an employee assistance program, it's a great time to remind someone that free, confidential help is available for any personal problem that might be impacting their work performance. So your employees won't always remember what you say or what you do, but they will remember how you made them feel. And kindness and compassion go a long way to building a team that embraces excellence. So now let's think about you. Because you too are a human being and you are subject to the same characteristics as your employees. So when you are kind and encouraging to yourself, again, it can go a long way towards developing excellence in your habits, especially your habits of mind. So instead of beating yourself up, focus on what you learned from the mistake and what you're going to do differently next time. In any conversation, whether that's with yourself in your head or with your employees verbally, right? We're talking. Usually we talk to employees and we think to ourselves, but maybe you talk out loud. It doesn't matter. Be positive and future focused. Letting go of trying to be perfect takes time and practice, but it is doable. So here's just a few things as we recap and reminders from some people who are fairly well known throughout history. As the French writer and philosopher Voltaire, Voltaire, I think that's how you say it, perfect is the enemy of good. So perfect is the enemy of excellence, right? That's how I would interpret that. So you want to learn to focus on progress, not perfection. And as the Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. And to wrap this up, a quote from the award-winning basketball coach John Wooden, who said, "Make each day your masterpiece." As always, I hope you found this information useful. I would love to know what you thought about this video, and if you apply it or you've been applying it, please post your results below the video. I'd love to hear from you. And if you think somebody could benefit from this, please feel free to share it. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel so you can get weekly updates, weekly updated videos. Make it a great day and focus on excellence.